Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes.
I'm a grown-ass man. See, I'm a grown-ass man. Grown-ass man.
Hey everybody, King Dingbat here. I'm in my garage with a cigar. It's only a candy cigar because my wife won't let me smoke one after I put that big fat head up in our bedroom.
Let's get rid of that. At this point, I'd be happy for Dak to be playing for somebody else. And my team stinks. I agree. Stinks.
They laugh about us. We're a disgrace. We suck.
I am now Philly 500's bitch.
Dallas still stinks. You like the way King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I know it's been a few days, but I'm glad to be here. You know, it's a slow time of year right now, right? We're between camp and OTAs, and we're all just kind of waiting. So I haven't been putting out too much stuff. I try to do something about every other day. So I am here today, though. We are ready to talk some ball. I want to get your guys' opinions on a few things going on with the Eagles, or so they say is going on with the Eagles. Stoner Money Man, what's going on? Bradley, what's up? EN890, what's happening? The Real Mr. International, what's going on? Logan Motorsports, you're back. The name is back. What's up, buddy? Needle, what's happening? Cranky Cletus, what's going on? Alan Porter, Underdog Champs, Rogue, Mayday, what is happening? Robert, how are you? Ethan, Big Gucci, Go Birds, thank you guys for being here. Maurice, Bobby, Riz, Roll Philly Dog, Steve-O, Mr. Glock, what's going on? Speaking of, I gotta go to my local store and talk to them about some stuff here in California. But that name reminded me of something. Roddy, what's up? Philly Style. And anybody I missed, I apologize. I want to jump right in this before I kind of hand it over to you guys to go where you want. But I guess this was they tried to make this a rumor. They're trying to make this a bigger deal than it is. And I don't put much stock into it. But we might as well talk about it since they're trying to take all our players from us. Football Forever said the Eagles could trade defensive Jalen Carter as opposed to signing him to an extension worth $35 million a year to the 49ers, or the 49ers at least being a potential suitor per Fox Sports. A mock offer would include the Niners receiving Jalen Carter, the Eagles getting a first-round pick, a third-round pick, and a first-round pick in 2028. So a 2027 first and third, followed by a first-round pick in 2028. Now, what are you going to do with those picks? Who would you want, or what do you think they would do? You know, those picks would probably be pretty late in the draft. They wouldn't be early picks. So you would be losing a top 10 talent. Obviously, I hate this idea. I hate this trade. But wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this. It just amazes me every day. It's something else. It's Hurt Season, man. These clowns on X are just dudes don't have a brain cell and just talk with their asses. Eagles name in their mouth because they know it will get them clicks, views, and likes. Maybe, I guess. I mean, this is supposedly Fox Sports that said it, but they do the same thing. So yeah, Riz says not enough. To me, it's like, God use ways. What's up? He says, what's the point of giving us picks when whoever we pick, they want to get rid of? Exactly. Like, what's the point? I mean, what's the point of having a top 10 pick that you're just going to pick them, and then as soon as you got to pay them an extension, you just get rid of them? I mean, to me, I think there's a bigger play ahead. I think they want the Eagles. I think the media, I think the powers of I think they want the Eagles to not win multiple championships. And they look at this team and really how they're constructed. And they know that this is a team that Super Bowl window is going to be open for a while. So what do they try to do? Get rid of maybe your most impactful offensive player. They done it. Then try to put a wedge between the quarterback and the franchise. They did that after they traded A.J. Brown. Then what do? You go after the most talented defensive player possibly that they have on the team, and you try to put a wedge between him and the team and start with the same trade stuff. So they want to get rid of our top offensive players. Then they try to go and screw up the situation with our quarterback. And then they want to get rid of our top defensive players. And I don't know. I think this is so suspicious of what's going on and how they do this. They don't do this. You don't hear this stuff with any other team but the Eagles. And when have the Eagles ever been afraid to pay players or pay players from the same position? Never, ever. So I'm not buying this one bit. Logan, I can't see us trade. No, me either. Next Level Sports Lounge, what's going on? How are you? What up, 500? How are you? Shout out to you. Let's go get Terry and Arnold. Yeah, right. Terry and Arnold. Did he get bail today? Somebody said to me he got bail. I don't know for sure, but yeah, it's interesting. They just want us to suck again. They do. And then when they get rid of the guys, it's like, why would they get rid of them? How stupid. It's like you're the ones pushing it, promoting it, and wanting it. Then it happened, and now look. I mean, dude, I'm a conspiracy theorist at heart. I can't help but look at this and go, you go after one of your best offensive players, then you try to screw the quarterback stuff with the team and his contract as soon as you trade A.J. Brown. And then now, we just turn the attention to the defensive side of the ball. That's all they do. Bro, 2-1s isn't good. They want us to trade him this year. Dude's still under contract. It could be extended next year. So, two first. No, that's not enough. Especially if you're trading him to the 49ers. You're talking about picking two picks in the 20s. I wouldn't want to do that. And why would you want to go and give one of your rivalries in your conference, Jalen Carter? Why would I want to do that? You know what I mean? Isn't it interesting that these teams who want to win, who are wanting to go out and compete with the Eagles, it's okay for them to get Jalen Carter and have him, or it's okay for them to go out and get A.J. Brown, but it's not okay for us to have him. It's such bullshit. If we're going to trade Jalen Carter, the Eagles would have either Micah Parsons or Garrett right now. We didn't trade him for a reason. Exactly. And they never mention the fact that the Eagles have said no when teams have tried to put Carter in a trade, right? Like we got the reports after the Garrett got traded to the Rams that the Browns suggested Jalen Carter, and the Eagles were like, no. We kind of got hinted that by the during the whole Micah Parsons thing, where Parsons is like, well, Jalen Carter would have had to be included in the trade, and I wanted to play with him. So that didn't make any sense. So yeah, it's probably BS. They will drive a wedge between the coaches and players next. Yeah, that comes in season. That'll be this season. You're already starting to see rumbles of it. Remember when Sirianni, that article came out on him? People tried to start stuff. It didn't really catch, but they tried to start stuff about with him and Jalen. Remember the coaches don't want Jalen. Now that was going to be the narrative. It's crazy. I'm in Detroit. Arnold is done in the NFL. Glad we didn't draft him. Great job, Howie. Absolutely. That was Sills' man. Silio said that was the guy. He was going to be better. Carter to the Red Cowboys. The Red Cowboys, I like that. That's a good name for them. We got 245 people in the chat. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you guys subscribe. Appreciate you guys being with me today to hang out for a little bit. Usually I like to do these a little earlier, but today I just couldn't. But we'll probably do something Wednesday as well. I don't think I'm going to do anything tomorrow, but Wednesday we'll probably have another stream. It'll be earlier. I like that. $500. Thank you for sticking up for Momo. F these Karens trying to stop him from making. Yeah. So now they got a problem with him doing AI videos. Those AI videos are funny. He's joking around. They're not serious. I can't believe that they're getting all butthurt. Cowboy fans are getting all butthurt about it. I told him he can make fun of me all he wants. He can make one of me eating pizza and I pop. I don't care. Do it. It's funny. I think Momo's got something good going. Keep doing it. Yeah, everybody wants. Everybody has to be alike, I guess. It's crazy. No problem with sticking up from there. Early Raw take Oba Fem. Oh God, I gotta start my own. I might have to start my own wrestling channel. I'm really considering it. I am. Because I am straight out of a time capsule from like late 90s, early 2000s when it comes to wrestling. And I got a lot to say. $1 million bail for Arnold. Jeez. He has to wear ankle monitors. Yeah, man, it don't look good to him. Now, what is he accused of, by the way? I don't even know. I got a couple super chats here. Let me make sure I get to them. Christopher Michael, thank you for the super chat. When we trading for Max and what we giving up, we need to do that. In my opinion, we're going to be relying on defense and run game again this year per usual. Well, I mean, I think you have to have a run game this year. I don't think there's any question about it. But I think that Crosby gets traded. I think maybe during camp, somewhere around there. Like, he's got to come back and prove that he's somewhat healthy. Like, I don't know how long till then, but if he has to show that he's on track and he's ready to go and he's healthy. So when that happens, when we start to see the videos online of Crosby rehabbing and looking good, I think that point is like the telltale sign we're getting close. And Captain D'Alberto, thank you for the super chat. I apologize, I missed this one earlier. My fault. What's it, Danny DeVito? Dying here as usual in my Amazon van, F Prime Week, and F this 100-degree weather. Go Birds, and Carter not going anywhere. My man, Danny DeVito. I like it. Oh, man, so you're in that Amazon truck. It's hot, man. I feel bad. Man, if you were coming to my house, man, I would have a nice cold drink waiting for you. I'm sorry about that. Do you ever get people who like leave you a drink out there or invite you, like you want a soda or something ever? But man, try to stay cool. Honestly, 2 first-round picks of Carter and a third by Carter. You're going to get rid of him, Jedi Master. You're saying goodbye. Man, what would you feel like, let's say, because, we always hear the bad examples. Like, we always hear, like, well, it always seems like the narrative that we're talking about is if this goes bad, if that goes bad. What if you trade Jalen Carter and he becomes what we think he could come? He starts to live up to his talent, and he's the best defensive tackle in football, and he's 25, 26 years old. Then what? Then what do we say then? But I mean, I respect the opinion, but I personally wouldn't do it. Christopher Michael says we need to hurt season. Jalen ain't gonna go throw for 4K and lead an actual NFL pass offense. So we need to dominate the defense in the run game. What would justify to you? What justifies a good quarterback? Like what statistical numbers does he have to come up with in order for you to say that's the quarterback I want? Like, is there a specific number? Like, if he's not a quarterback that can throw 4K, I don't want him to be my quarterback. If he's a quarterback that can't, what is it? Because I never understand this with those that don't like Jalen Hurts. Because to me, I always view it as I need a quarterback that can win a big game and that can make the throw when he has to make the throw in pressure and can win a Super Bowl. Like, that's always been my barometer. So I'm just curious, what's the new barometer? Like, if he doesn't throw 30 touchdown passes, then we don't want him? Like that's what I want to know. 4 counts, each robbery and kidnapping some others. My God. Kidnapping? Oh, jeez. 500, keep putting out the knowledge that when we're they going to make a move. Safety probably waiting for train camp. Yeah, well, I think that's what you do in for the Eagles at the safety position. You come into camp, you see how Michael Carter transitions to that safety spot. You see how Epps looks. You see how the whole position looks. And if you're not liking what you're seeing, then I think you make a move. You probably could get a safety cheap. Lesnar's back. Oh, okay, that should be interesting. I haven't really every one of the ones I've watched since I started watching again. He hasn't really been in any of them. So that'll be interesting. 500, 500, the money won't add up. Do you want Carter or Cooper or Q or Ojomo? Well, I want Carter, Cooper, and Q. I don't see why you can't have all three. I don't think you can have Ojomo. I think Ojomo would be the odd man out. But why? I don't know why can't I have Carter, Cooper, and Q? I don't get it. The cap keeps going up. Yeah, the salaries keep going up, but you just did it at receiver for the last 3 years, where you had 2 receivers making over 25 million or whatever. Why can't you do it with those guys? I don't get it. I don't believe this. You can't sign all these guys. I think you can. Now you're going to have to, on the offensive side of the ball, the difference is on the offensive side of the ball, you're going to have to go young. And you're going to have to get young guys who will be on rookie contracts, just like they did with the defensive side of the ball. But no, they can do it. I don't believe that when they say they can't do it. Plus, you don't know what they're going to pay Cooper DeJean. Like, is Cooper DeJean going to make outside cornerback money? I don't think he is. So, he's not going to make, in my opinion, what Q will make because he's not an outside corner. So he may not be as bad as people think in that hit. So, no, I think you can do it. Bets this season on A.J. Brown dropping 3 to 5, 6 to 8, 9 to 11, 12 to 50, 16 plus. I think 3 to 5. I think A.J. Brown will be fine. He'll go out and he'll be a great receiver like he's always been. He'll be motivated. He'll give them one good year before he starts complaining. It's not like I don't like Hurts, but I haven't seen a consistent, effective pass game in 3 years now. He hasn't been a legit passer since 2022. We've been in the mid-20 rankings pass game multiple years. Okay, but you do acknowledge in 2022 he did it. So you do look at him and say, well, he can do it. He just hasn't. And because I will agree with you on that level. Because I don't disagree with people saying he's got to be a more effective passer. I do agree with that. The question that I always come back to is who do I think's to blame? Do I think it's just Hurts and he's just not that good? He just doesn't have it? Or do I think it's a coaching? I contend it's been a coaching problem for these years. And we're going to find out this year, one way or the other. And that's what I really like about this year. But I think it's been bad coaching. Philly, check out The Next Level. They're a great channel and they're Cowboys fans. But they're great. Okay, yeah, I'll have to check them out. I don't think I've seen them, but I will. Lemon and Bell will be cheap for next few years. That's true. The barometer for Jalen is either he plays great and people will have a little to no reaction about it, like, well, that's what he's supposed to do. Then as soon as he messes up, oh my God, Jalen. Oh yeah, exactly. I don't know. I see politics in here, so I'm just gonna let you guys. You can talk all the politics you want. I'm gonna ignore it though. 500. I tell you, this ain't no owner negotiate with Super Bowl rings. You tell me I'm wrong. This ain't no owner negotiate with No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He wants to win Super Bowls. And that's why I don't believe they're going to trade Jalen Carter. The Lions released Darnold today. Yeah, he's done. It sounds like he's done. Obviously, he gets his day in court, innocent until proven guilty. I'm not making a judgment on whether he's guilty or not. I don't know any of the details of the case, but with him fighting it, yeah, he's not going to be doing anything for a while. Does anybody else feel like the owner may be gearing up to sell the team, or does he want No, he's not selling the team. His kid's going to take over. He's not a kid anymore, but his son's going to take over. And I think what you're going to see is as Jeffrey gets older, probably over a course of several years, his son's going to get more and more power. How is his son going to be? We have no idea. Like, just because his father, Jeffrey Lurie, is a great owner and is one way, does not mean his son is going to be the same type of owner. We have no idea. We have no idea. Jalen Hurts is our win, and the Mekhi Lemon fly Eagles fly. I can't wait to see Lemon. If Lemon can be good, that will be huge for us. They act like Jalen don't produce. You add all his stats, he's a top 10 easily in stats. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I agree. I do think there are consistency issues. I do think there are things that they should do that they don't do. I think it's unacceptable, when a guy goes out and can't throw a completion in a half of football. But I also think that's how he was been coached. I really believe that's how they've been coaching him. That's what pisses me off so much. Eagles Drew, my man. Shout out to Eagles Drew. Hey, somebody told me you started a channel. Is that true, Eagles Drew? You should drop the link here, man, and I'll go sub you up later, and everybody else can too. Salute 500 Go Birds. Kittens are good. They're sleeping. They're ready. They're ready to go home though. They are all old enough as of Saturday to be rehomed. So that should be happening within the next week or so. I would tell you, ain't no owner gonna. No, I think I read that one. Yeah, I agree. I don't say it's all Hurts, but I have to say, but to say as a franchise quarterback didn't have say in the offense or the scheme, etc., is just crazy. He had input on the offense in the passing game. It ain't all coaching. It's not all coaching. It's not all coaching. But I don't know. I don't know how much input he really had. I would say this. I think in the past he has had more. I don't think last year he had any. I truly don't believe that. I don't believe that coaching staff listened to any of the players. And I go back to the Rams game. After the Rams game, the way the players talked about we got to be more aggressive. We can't sit back. We can't try to sit on leads. We got to be killers. We're killers. And then, to come back out in that Tampa game, go up 24-6 and then go back into that shell, it showed me that they were not listening to those players at all. And then you look at the whole situation with the 4 verts, right? How come Jalen Hurts flat out said no? He didn't say anything about that. That wasn't true. So I think last year, I really don't think they listened to the players. I think they were like, we're coach, we won Super Bowl and we know what we're doing. I really feel like that's what happened. In prior years, yeah, there was more negotiating in terms of like talking. It's absolutely coaching. Jalen can be better as well, but our O-line was a shell of itself. We won 11 games. It would have been 12 wins, but we sat our starters against the Commanders. Yeah, which turned out to be really stupid idea. But I think I think we're gonna find out. Jalen didn't even like. Do you guys remember? Like, Jalen didn't even like Patullo hire. You see how he was not happy that the Eagles hired Patullo. Now, if he's your franchise quarterback, okay, and I think we all will agree that Jalen wasn't that happy when they hired Patullo. Just go look at the way he talked about Patullo after the Super Bowl and when he got hired, and then compare that to Mannion. I don't think he wanted Patullo. I don't think he had a choice. So if he's your franchise quarterback, why wouldn't your quarterback have a say in who the offensive coordinator is? Like, I'm not saying he's tell all, be all, but shouldn't you at least go to your quarterback and see what he likes and who he may be interested in and think he can work with? It just seems odd to me. The big question is, does Howie stay around after Jeffrey leaves? Yeah, huge question. Huge question. Don't know. I think the Eagles I think they need to get some ownership to Howie. Howie needs like a minor stake in the team, so he can't leave. It's been said Jeff's son has taken over literally. Was just in Sporting News. His son has actually been doing a lot lately, and he said he's going to be just like his dad. That's great. Because I think Jeffrey Lurie's a fantastic owner. Like, I think Jeffrey Lurie's a fantastic owner. And the reason why a lot of these teams, like, and ownerships and stuff, why they hate us is because they'll do things that other owners don't want to do. Like, the Eagles will eat dead cap money. They will lose money to get rid of certain players, so that they're not burdened by the salary cap. And other owners on other teams hate that. They hate it. But I love Lurie. I actually do. I think he's one of the better owners in the league. Don't worry about Lurie Philly. Worry about Julian when he takes over. Julian will be a cheapskate and tank his father's franchise. I hope not, but Julian already has his hands on the check. You think he's gonna be really? Oh man, I hope not. I hope that's not the case. Jalen Hurts is a winning quarterback. I don't know about Lemon. He has to prove. Yeah, Lemon has to definitely prove himself. Yeah. However, my opinion is if they did a redraft for quarterback, Hurts ain't going to top 10. If you did a top 10 redraft of just quarterbacks, are we talking about just quarterbacks, or are we talking about other players as well? Because I would say if it's just quarterbacks, yes, he would be in there. Not quarterbacks, maybe not. But I don't think there's going to be as many quarterbacks in that you think. There's only 2 quarterbacks to me that, like I said before, I think make other players better. There's only 2. Lemon's going to ball out. Don't sleep on Wicks. Watch for Barkley to have over 2,000 total rushing receiving. That would be great. If Barkley gets that, the Eagles, if Barkley gets that kind of yardage, the Eagles are probably pretty damn good. Yes, I'm driving, but it would be an honor to have you as a member. Hell yeah. Would do it. Hurts got that MVP lined up for himself. I like it. Jeffrey Lurie spilled the beans about Carter. The Eagles don't want him. I think with all the upcoming contracts, we can let Carter walk and draft a good defensive lineman and pay Ojomo. So you're gonna draft. What do you mean? What do you mean? What did he say about Carter? I must have missed something. What did Jeffrey Lurie say about Jalen Carter? I mean, I don't know. You have to show me what he said. Now Sirianni and this risk-averse shit needs to stop. You can't play scared, which definitely did last year. I'll agree with you. Yeah, and I think it's a problem. Like, I think it got to be such a problem that, like, instead of fixing, like, bad habits, they didn't care as long as he wasn't turning the ball over. And what I mean by that is, like, if you remember when they had what's his face, Steichen, right? One of the things Steichen said about Jalen Hurts was that a bad habit he has is that he bails to the right sometimes too soon. He takes off and he goes to his right. And he's got to learn to stay in the pocket longer because sometimes, a lot of times, all Jalen has to do is step up and he can buy more time, but he bails to the right. And you see that last year, him starting to bail to the right. And He just throws it away. He just throws it away, goes on the next play. And I think Nick was perfectly okay with that. I think he had no problem with that because the Eagles would be up 10 points or whatever. But the truth is you need somebody to get rid of those bad habits. And I think they got away from it just playing that risk-averse prevent offense. 500, do you think Nick is on the hot seat if the Eagles don't do good? It depends. It depends. If they start, I think if the Eagles started like 8-2 and finished like 11-6, I think he's going to have a problem. Something like that, I think he would have a problem. If they're 11-6, but they struggled early, but came on late and were hot, probably not. Something like that. But if they have a minor collapse again, I think he's in big trouble. What? Come here. Come here. All right. So you wanted to see one of these little kitties. Here you go. Say hi. This one's tired. This is Champagne. They call her Champagne. Say hey. Hi. Yeah, you can sleep with me if you want to sleep. What? Baby. She crying. She wants me to go sit down on the couch so she can sleep on me. She's so tired. So I mean that's what I would say. Eagles Drew, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, thank you for all your support. Oh man, anytime, you know it. Anytime. Hey. Rocky, thank you for the super chat. Hoping the O-line stays healthy for a full season. Me too. I still think that's the most important part of this whole thing. You know, it is the offensive line. That offensive line stays healthy. I think everything Mannion's trying to do is going to look much better. You know, so we'll see. We'll see. And thank you for the super chat. Nick just know how to get the band together. He sucks at play calling. He does. And I think Nick's fine in like a managerial type role, overseeing everything. When he gets in trouble is when he starts trying to control what the offense does. That's when we get a problem, you know. But if he doesn't do that, I think, like I said before, I think we're going to be riding high, and I think Jalen Hurts could be one of those guys riding high. Check this out. Prize Picks is America's #1 sportsbook app. It's the best place to win cash while watching sports. The app is really easy to use. All you have to do is pick more or less a player, get your lineup ready, then boom, you're locked in. And it's legal in almost all 50 states, including California, Florida, and Texas. And not only can you do players and pick players, they now offer team plays. And one of the things that I really like right now is I like the pick for MVP. That's right, MVP. Who's going to win it? With A.J. Brown getting traded and Jalen Hurts getting so much negative talk this year, I think it's going to motivate Jalen Hurts. I think he's going to be ready for a big year. That's why I'm taking Jalen Hurts to win MVP this year. That's my pick. I'm locking it in. If you like that or you want to do something similar, all you have to do is download the app, use code HMA, play your first $5 entry, and you'll get $50 instantly in lineups. That's $50 instantly in lineups on a $5 entry. Just use promo code HMA. Link is in the description. Shout out to Prize Picks. All right, shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's video. We appreciate it so very, very much. And I mean, this is all the kind of talk that I look forward to ending. You know, I can't wait to just see what happens on the field and with the play. You know, but it's one thing after another. It really is. All right, let me see this crazy trade proposal. Only because Detroit is such a desperate need, give 3 first-round picks and a starting player for Quinyon Mitchell. Only because Q and Coop got to get paid and Q is older. Discuss. I mean, 3 first-round picks is a lot. I don't know if a team. I don't know if I believe a team would give up 3 first-round picks for a non-quarterback. But I think if the Eagles did so, I mean, look, essentially, in my opinion, what you're suggesting there is more than what we're hearing about Carter, because people are doing the same thing with Jalen Carter. I would say no, of course not. You keep Quinyon Mitchell. I mean, the point of the whole of playing football and stuff is to win a Super Bowl. It's to build a team and win. When you make and you get good draft picks, you don't just let them go. You build them and you build a team and they play together and they stay together. I mean, this idea of like every time we get somebody good, we should trade them away is crazy to me. You don't hear players around the league getting traded or offered in trades as much as Eagle players. And when it comes to teams that pay their players and do what they're supposed to do to keep their players, there's nobody better than the Eagles. When's the last time the Eagles have had holdouts? They don't have holdouts. They pay their players. They usually give them extensions early. And now all of a sudden, the whole narrative is that anybody that's time to pay, we need to get rid of. I don't get rid of any of these guys, man. I keep them together and I play. Cooper DeJean is not going to make as much as Q. Q is an outside corner. That's a premium position. What is Cooper DeJean going to get? Probably paid as the top nickel corner and top safety type in the league. He'll get paid on that kind of level. He's not getting paid outside corner money. And then Jalen Carter, yeah, I think you pay him as well. And then you go a little bit cheap on the edges. You know, you got guys like Jalen Hunt and stuff. You do that. And on the offensive side of the ball, you start playing guys on rookie contracts. You got Devontae Smith. You get out and you get Mekhi Lemon. Don't be surprised if the Eagles take another wide receiver in the first round next year, because I think Mekhi Lemon is a slot receiver. Don't be surprised if they go and they get the best receiver on the board with the first round pick, because now you're paying 2 guys on a rookie deal and only paying Devontae Smith. Your receiver money for the next 4 or 5 years is cheap. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do something like that. There's multiple ways to go about it, but I don't believe in drafting guys and then just letting them walk. Dak has a lot of girls named Champagne. Yeah, he does. I don't even know what I'd be satisfied with as a fan when it comes to compensation for Carter. He's only 25 and still very high ceiling. Yeah, I agree. The only way you get rid of Carter is it's got to be like, character issues and things like that. And I don't believe that's the case with him. I know that there's immaturity problems and stuff, and I know that there's things like that they may be concerned about. But I think overall, Carter's a good kid, and I think, he's always smiling, and I think they like him overall. But they want to make sure that Carter's going to be ready to go. I think coming in last year with the banged up shoulders, a little bit out of shape, I think that bothered the Eagles. I think they wanted to see how he came in this year. And I think that's a big part of it. And I think Carter's going to have an extension done during camp. And then when he gets the extension at camp, people are going to complain how stupid the Eagles were to sign him to an extension. And they got him and they got Davis. And they'll complain. But those same people would complain if they traded Carter and didn't sign him. So they're going to complain no matter what. If Reek Woolen balls out, for us, considering he's going to want a big contract after the season, it'd be nice to resign him, even though we have to pay other guys who's important to the team. It would be nice, but I think that's the least likely thing that could happen. Because I think Rick Woolen is going to play out his contract. Like if he's having a good year, he's going to ride that thing out because he's going to get paid top notch type money. So I think Rick Woolen being here more than a year is highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. You know. Tiffany, what is going on? How are you? Feeling all is well. How about you? Yeah, everything's good. Things are good. It's it's the slow time of the year, so I've only been putting stuff out like once every other day, stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, we're good. If you were telling me, either way, I'm good. Why can't we never be happy as Eagle fans? Yeah, I don't know. I kind of don't think these other teams let us. I mean, you see Mark Holmes doing videos like Eagles drama, Eagles drama, Eagles drama. Dude, we win with drama. Drama, we've already proven that in a drama-filled year, we still could go out and win. His team can't do it, so there's jealousy. Sick of the Marino talk. He was one guy, play forever, who cares? Well, what did they say about Marino? Oh, that he didn't win? Yeah, Marino never won. But Marino was probably the most gifted passer I've ever seen. Like in all seriousness, like he had a hell of an arm. But yeah, he didn't win. Philly, how are you feeling about our O-line depth and kicker? Really only expect depth moves at this stage of the offseason. O-line, offensive line, I'm very hopeful about. Like I like Bell. I like that they drafted Morris and Bell. I like those two picks. I think they were good depth picks and they could be something. I'm hopeful with Juergens and Dickerson. I mean, we'll see. And then, offensive line is a big question. As far as the kicker goes, I'm absolutely nervous about the kicker. And I'm going to tell you, I'll tell you the part of this team that really kind of scares me. And not scares me, but I don't like, and I don't understand why they don't do more. Maybe they did, and I just don't know it yet. But I just don't like the fact that we were one of the teams that had the worst starting field position in football. Okay? And you look at all these other teams. How many times do teams get the ball at the 35, 40-yard line? They make two plays, they get two first downs, and then they're kicking a field goal. Okay? The Eagles are starting at like their 15-yard line, having to do like 5, 6 first downs to get to midfield, only to get penalties and stuff to ruin a drive. Like, I want a better return game. I want a dangerous returner. I want somebody who could change the field. We need better starting field position. People don't understand. The Eagles had one of the worst starting field positions in football. When you're starting backed up, it's a lot harder to go down the field than when you're starting at your 40 or 50-yard line and you only have to get 2 plays to get in position to score points. I'm kind of upset about that. Like maybe one of the guys they brought in will be the return game we need. A Hollywood Brown, I don't know, but man, we need to get a better return game, a better punt game. I just don't like it. That's one area that bothers me a lot. Yo, 500 changed to working back shift, so I'm late to the stream, but aren't you really glad we got Q over Arnold? Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we got Q over Arnold. I always wanted Q from day one, and he was everything I could hope for. But yeah, I'm definitely glad. See, I had Q1, and I had Cooper DeJean too. So I would have, if Q would have gone, I would have taken DeJean over Arnold. So I wouldn't have gotten Arnold either way. Yeah, winning is all that matters when your team and quarterback are winners. When you're losers like the Whiners recently, you all only care about stats. We are not the same, exactly. Chris Johnson, running back for the Titans? No, I have not. I did not hear anything about him. Linda, what's going on? Linda Washington Bluebell. Is that Bluebell ice cream? What's going on? How are you? We traded for a special teams returner. Who did we trade for? I mean, I know we've done it a couple years in a row where we've gotten guys in here and they're like, oh, they can return, and then they just get cut. I know we got Covey still, but I think we need. I think we need a new. I think we need a new. We need to upgrade our return game. Why did I get all blurry? Am I all blurry to you guys? That was weird. Momo, what up, Momo? Momo, keep making them AI videos. Don't listen to Mark. Mark's being too sensitive. Those are funny. They're hilarious. And I think that they're good, man. I don't think you should get rid of them. Everybody knows what it is. Have fun with it. You have my permission. You can make as much fun of me as you want. You'll never hear me complain. But and then they say, well, you won't get monetized if you do it. You can have AI videos and be monetized. That's allowed. You're just not allowed to misrepresent somebody's likeness and stuff, and then represent and try to pass it off as truth. That's why when you fill it out, you got a label if you're using it. But no, don't listen to them. Please don't. Keep doing it. I laugh my butt off. Rocky, I don't know if I saw the super chat or not, so I just want to make sure I read it again. Hoping the O-line stays healthy for a full season. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And everybody go sub up Momo as well. Bluebell PA. No, I was just joking. I was joking. I didn't think it was ice cream. I was just making a joke. It was kind of an inside joke. But Ryan says, "5 of your AI intros stink." Thanks. My AI intros are not supposed to be anything special. They're just supposed to be animated thumbnails. And I do that specifically for a reason. Because I bring in more viewers who've never clicked than normal because they see the thumbnail moving. So they're not supposed to be anything special. But I appreciate that, Ryan. Thanks. Whoever gets sensitive over AI videos is a sad state. Oh yeah, Mark had a meltdown about it. Mark had a meltdown. 100. Yeah, I know. I was making a joke. I used to work for the ice cream company, so that's what I was making a joke about. No. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's acting like a baby about it. Yeah, there's no doubt. I'm tired of the Hurts was carried. Literally, Saquon was shut down, and it was Jalen's arm and defense that won. Absolutely. And the two biggest games that Hurts played in his career, he played his best, were in the Super Bowl, the biggest game of his life. Don't get any bigger than that. So, yeah, I agree with you. Thing is like, if you're Jalen Hurts, you don't have to throw for 30 touchdowns and 4,000 yards when you got a running back going over 2,000 yards. I don't see how you can hold that against Jalen Hurts as like a thing to dangle up and say, see, Jalen Hurts ain't the quarterback. Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. Let's go chat. Hell yeah, let's go chat. Grenard. Jonathan Grenard's good. There's no question about it. Philly clip when Mark was upset about that video AI to make Mark mad. Yeah, I'll have to go back and look at it. I mean, it was somewhere in his live stream, I guess. Hurts was going off, and that allows your defense to attack. He deserved the MVP. Yeah, I agree. Actually, Philly, they didn't do much in the offseason to help out their special teams. I just did research, and it was Britton Covey and Will Shipley. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean, Mr. Nash. Like, I don't know why the Eagles don't put any stock into that, because you literally had one of the worst field positions in the league. I mean, you know how many times the Eagles got 3-4 first downs, and I'm like, oh my God, we're only at midfield now. and then it's like the next play you get a holding call. And then you look at these other teams that come out, it's like 2 first downs and they're in field goal range. It's just, we've got to do more to try to shift the field because I think it's a disadvantage to always start backed up like that. Jalen Carter's not going anywhere. I still think Max Crosby's going to be an Eagle. What do regular seasons are? He could. It wouldn't surprise me either, you know. I don't know if the Eagles are going to do it. I think they're going to be interested in getting Crosby. I think they're going to try. I don't know how much, I don't know how far they're willing to go. But yeah, I agree with that. 500, you think we really trade Carter? All these rumors, no. I do not think we'll trade Jalen Carter. And if the Eagles traded Jalen Carter, it has to be something bigger, character concern that we're not aware of. Otherwise, no, I don't think they trade Carter. I think the Eagles, look, when Howie Roseman drafted Jordan Davis, right? The next year he takes Jalen Carter. You don't think Howie Roseman said, I already got Jordan Davis last year? He already knew. He already knew that he might sign 2 defensive tackles long term. That was always a possibility. So no, of course. They're not going to trade him. You should do an AI intro of CeeDee Lamb dropping the ball. Yeah, we'll do all sorts of things like that once we get closer to the year. Mo, please do a Fart Holmes AI. He's already done. I saw him do one. He said Fart Holmes here. I think he did one of those, right? Those are funny, man. When CJ ran up on the owners and Howie with the Taylor Swift T-shirts, I knew he was gone. Oh yeah. And then you got the whole CJ Gardner-Johnson mess, and you see people people are trying to twist that like he was talking shit about the whole team, and it wasn't. The comments he made were in general about players, not necessarily the Eagles. He did call out Barkley talking about money, but when he said the other part about players get arrested, DUIs, he wasn't talking about Jalen Carter and the Eagles specifically. He was talking in general. And they tried to twist that and make it about something else. Let me see. Let me go. So we need to see Dak and Zeke buying a door. Oh, that video? Yeah, I still have that intro somewhere. I got to find that intro. Yeah, I'm going to pull that back out. I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to pull it back out. I'm going to try to stick it in I'll stick it in my Dingbat Nation video later today, and then I'll put it out regular. But yeah, we could do a whole AI on that. That would be hilarious. What's up, baby? Rebuild for the Eagles next year. Sign Jalen Carter. Well, I mean, I would sign a guy's 25 years old. You want to sign a guy 25 years old, don't you? Right? 25 years old? Yeah. Eagles 17-0 Super Bowl victory. I would love that. Dylan Jordan, thank you for the super chat. Rumor about the Eagles trading for Brooks from Miami. I haven't heard anything on it. That's news to me. I'll have to look at that. Look into it. Cowboy fans crying over Momo's AI videos is crazy. Where it is. I'm gonna have to start tagging Mark in my AI little animated thumbnails. But they're just thumbnails. They're not supposed to be videos. Call me crazy, but I'd rather keep Morrow than Carter. Really? Wait a second. You think that Moro Ojomo's the same production. See, I don't. Yeah, I think you're forgetting how good Carter is. I think you're forgetting how good Carter is. I like Ojomo, but he's not Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter was hurt, and I think that injury really hurt him last year. It's interesting to me that when he came back from that injury in that playoff game versus the 49ers, he had 2 sacks. That was no coincidence. Pulling out your views will go. Put Dak and CD in your videos will go skyrocket, go up. Okay. Jalen Carter's going nowhere, Philly. Philly Sports Talk, me very negative. Absolutely. Honestly, CJ Gardner-Johnson don't get it's the off the field clown stuff, and the fact that he literally robbed Q of like 3 interceptions and keeps stealing. Oh, that was fun. He did take a lot of his interceptions. Last year, Ojomo was better. Yeah, still, Philly making AI for. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I do animated thumbnail. I just try to get motion into my thumbnails so it kind of stands out a little bit. I don't do like AI, but maybe we need to. Maybe if it drives Mark that crazy, I might have to. I'll do them. Eagles Drew. I know if I learned Ojo had a better, maybe, but I still think you got it. I still think you got to go with the better talent though. According to Sills, it's all downhill for the Eagles. They're losing all the good players. Quarterback can't do anything right. He's down on everything. Well, yeah, everything's negative. Like no matter what, and it's like the Eagles have AJ Brown. They should trade AJ Brown. Okay. Then they trade AJ Brown. Oh, they're stupid for trading AJ. It's like no matter what they do, it's all negative. But the Cowboys, they look great. Oh, the Cowboys did nothing, but they deserve credit for it. It's crazy to me. Like I saw a thing today where he was talking about the total offenses. Like, and he was saying the Eagles' offense stinks, and then people were showing that the Eagles had a total ranking that was better. And he's like, oh, well, that's because of the run game. It's like you can't discount the run game on total offense, and then, especially with the Eagles, but not everybody else. A couple nights ago, Mark was crying because people was talking about Mark, but Mark loves talking about people. Oh, yeah, Mark does that shit all the time. Mark knows what he's doing. He goes at it. He attacks. And then he goes, Mark's one of those guys that punches you when you're not looking. And he goes, I don't know why this guy wants to hit me back. I don't know. I didn't do anything. How he's not letting this team completely fall apart. No, I agree. You think the Eagles are going to have a top 10 offense? What do you think? I think it depends on the run game. If that offensive line is healthy and that run game gets going, then I think they do. But if the run game struggles, then no. But and when I say that doesn't mean I think the passing game is going to be ineffective. But I think really you need both. Like you need to be able to be both to really be a top 10 total offense. I actually believe the passing game is going to be better. And they may not have the talent on paper because you can't just lose talent like AJ Brown and say everything's okay. But I think the coaching was so bad last year that if you just get adequate coaching, I think that will make you have a better offense than you did a year ago. So I think that the production wise, I think they're going to be better in the passing game. That doesn't mean they're more talented at receiver. I'm just saying that like they didn't utilize AJ Brown right. They didn't utilize Devontae Smith right. They didn't utilize Jalen Hurts or Barkley. They didn't utilize the tight end right. Like they didn't utilize anything in the passing game. They just blamed Jalen for it. I think that changes. Even if the offensive line is slightly better, they'll be better without Petula teams. We were watching 2023 film. I agree, but I think I'm hoping for a return of 2024 offensive line. Like I'm hoping that we're going to get that kind of level. That's what I'm hoping for because I think the guys are young enough where hopefully the time off and the stem cell treatments will all make a difference. Meanwhile, the Cowboys made one adjustment by adding one major defensive piece, so they went from 8 wins to 9-win team. Congrats. Yeah, and they lost Clowney, who I actually think might be as good as Gary, if not better. What up, James? How are you? No, we didn't run. I only can think of one time we ran a screen. I remember in the Green Bay game we ran a screen and Barkley had a 50-yard run after the catch. But other than that, we don't. So nobody knows Hurts' game more than the coaches. They know you can't just let him sit at 40 times and expect to win. Yeah, but I mean, I think that goes for a lot of quarterbacks around the league. That's why when you see quarterbacks throw 40 times during the regular season, they go to the playoffs and they throw 25 times. I think if you want to win, you got to have balance. Philly of the Eagles are top 15 offense, remain top in the red zone and top 5 defense. Agreed. Yeah, I agree. If they could have a top 15 offense, be top in the red zone like they have been, yeah, I agree. In the top 5 defense, you're probably right. I hope if I was correct about the O-line, usually when you go overseas for treatment, it's over. Sometimes, but sometimes, I mean, sometimes I haven't had it, but from what I hear, that stem cell treatment stuff's like the real deal. So who knows? If they were 30 years old, I'd be a lot more worried. But they're younger, so I'm hoping. I disagree. We lost AJ. There won't be a drop-off. Better catch ratio. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I hope you're right. I just know that losing talent never helps. And you can't just say that, you can't just lose an A.J. Brown and say, well, we're better because we lost him. Not from a talent perspective, but I do think from a coaching perspective, guys that know what they're doing could put players in better position that overall you become a more productive offense. Mark, if Dallas gets Max, he's a top 2 pass rusher. But if the Eagles get him, he's holding injury. Oh yeah, exactly. Oh no doubt about it. No question about it. Dylan Jordan, thank you for the super chat. See Bryce Huff complaining about. Yeah, we talked about that in my last stream, dude. So full of it. The Eagle fans loved it. I mean, I know for a fact that people were loving that signing. They were super high on him. People were thinking, look, he had just had 10 sacks with the Jets. He's only coming into his own. His best years are in front of him. And people were excited. I was less excited about him than others. So, yeah. And I didn't dislike him. I just didn't want to lose Hassan Reddick. But people were happy. So I think that was total BS by him. I got some stem cells, and it worked so well, it turned me back into a That's awesome. Yo, Philly, did you hear about Chris Johnson? No, I did not. ALS died, really? Oh, man. No, I didn't hear about that. That's horrible. Taco Star says, the locker room is now poison 8 now with AJ gone. Yeah, I mean, and we'll see like how much that makes a difference. I don't know. I can't wait to see camp start. I'm ready for it to begin, Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go watch a little wrestling. I'm gonna probably have to start a wrestling channel. I really I think I might do it. But Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. I probably will be back. I might have something tomorrow, but most likely you'll see me Wednesday. Right now, because through the 4th of July, I'm probably just going to be doing every other day because things are slow. But I hope you guys have a great night. I want to thank everybody for joining me. And if you guys haven't hit that like button, and yes, if you're Momo, keep making them AI videos, baby. Keep making them. But I'm going to get out of here. Eagles Drew, also leave me your link to your channel so I can I can join. But with that, we're going to get out of here. I will see you guys later. Take care. We out. Peace.
Come on, guys.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad, no!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off, it's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak!
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott! Trying to feed the Lamb! Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You tried to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb! God! It's over! It's over, Dak! Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.